So it's 11:42. You're driving home from a birthday dinner. You had a slice of cake, a couple of beers. You're feeling fine. Then you see the blue lights in your rearview mirror. You're getting pulled over. The officer leans in, asks, "Have you had anything to drink tonight?" Your heart's pounding. The next thing you know, you hear the words, "You're under arrest." So what do you do now? Most people don't know their rights when it comes to a drunk driving arrest. They say too much, and in that moment, every word, every action can cost you. But here's the kicker. Massachusetts is an implied consent state. That means by driving on the roads here, you've already agreed to take a breathalyzer test. You can refuse, but if you do, you're gonna face automatic penalties, an immediate license suspension of 180 days if it's your first offense, and years if you have more than one offense. Plus, the prosecutor can still charge you with drunk driving even without the breath test. So either way, you're on the hook. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly what happens when you're asked to take a breathalyzer test in Massachusetts and how to avoid making things worse by remembering one rule above all else. Shut the up until your lawyer is standing next to you. I'm Mike Contant, a criminal defense attorney here in Boston. I defend people all across Massachusetts for drunk driving as well as other criminal offenses. And I'll tell you right now, the biggest mistake people make at these stops is opening their mouth instead of protecting their rights. The hard truth is that in Massachusetts, refusing to take a breathalyzer test equals an automatic license suspension. And that's not negotiable. And if you have prior drunk driving convictions, the suspension period gets brutal. Up to 3 years if you have one prior conviction, 5 years if you have two, and lifetime if you have 3 or more. So what do you do if you're arrested and asked to take a breath test? First, you're not going to talk your way out of it on the side of the road at midnight in Boston. The police aren't here to debate with you. They're trained to collect evidence, and the more you say, the more rope you give them. So here's what I would recommend to a client that I represented in this exact situation. The first thing the officer is going to ask you is for your license registration. Have that ready and hand it to them. If the police ask you to step out of their car, just do it. If you don't comply, they can forcibly take you out of the car. It's important that you be respectful, keep your cool, and don't start running your mouth. You don't have to explain your night, the number of drinks you had, your dinner, or anything else. Just be respectful. If the officer suspects you of being under the influence, they're going to ask you to play some roadside games. They may ask you to do things like walk in a straight line, balance on one leg, say the alphabet, or touch your nose. Let me be clear. You don't have to do any of these tests, and more importantly, nothing bad to you can happen if you refuse. They can't take your license, they can't add on charges. All you're doing by doing these tests is giving them additional evidence to use against you. While your refusal to do the field sobriety tests can't be used against you, the officer is absolutely going to arrest you when you refuse. But keep in mind, the mere fact that they even asked you to do the field sobriety tests meant they were going to arrest you anyway. When it comes to the actual breathalyzer test, that's done back at the police station, not on the side of the road. By refusing the breath test, you make your case in court that much stronger. You're taking away from the prosecutor a very valuable piece of scientific evidence that they will use to seek a conviction for you. Look, you need to understand, you are going to lose your license if you refuse the breath test, but your case will be that much better if you do refuse. In short, what you want to do is refuse as much as possible. You don't take the field sobriety test, you don't take the breath test, and you take away valuable evidence from the prosecutor and make your case that much stronger. Just remember, no matter what you decide to do in that moment, your smartest move is to shut up and call your lawyer. If you or someone you know has been arrested for drunk driving, visit our website, schedule a call, and meet with our team today.